Hello, hello! I have a cycling question and I love getting cycling questions. So if you have any cycling questions, post them below. I love talking. I could talk about cycling all day, every day. So I've got a question and it's from KDF. So hi KDF, thank you for the question. She says, can you tell us about the first time you went on a bike? How far did I go and how fast? So if you don't know the backstory of how I got into cycling, I was in Adelaide, I was in Australia travelling with a backpack year out, and I met Harley and he was like, you need to get a bike. So I was a bit kind of like, oh, maybe I should get a bike, maybe I should get a bike. So eventually, anyway, I got a bike, and that was the first time I actually started seriously looking into cycling. Previous to that, as an adult on a bike, I'd gone out with a group of friends a good few years before. That's probably about 2010, 2011, and it was horrific. I didn't know how to use the gears. It was someone else's mountain bike. It was just awful, and it almost like really did put me off cycling. Then I got my granddad's mountain bike, which he kindly gave me. It was quite a decent mountain bike, to be honest. It's heavy. I used to ride to the gym and back on it, and again, it kind of put me off. And it wasn't until I got this bike in Adelaide that I really actually fell in love with cycling and actually seriously put in miles. And yeah, bit of a long backstory, but there you go, that's what happened. So after I got that bike, I think the first thing that I actually did was just cycle. I was living in Windsor Gardens in Adelaide to, I think the first ride, yeah, I rode it home. That was like the first ride that I did. It was from the CBD to Windsor Gardens, which wasn't a lot, maybe 10k. Correct me if I'm wrong, it wasn't far. But yeah, that was the first ride that I did. But I actually remember the first like long ride that I did. It was 60k and it was to the beach and back. So it was like 30k there, 30k back. But that was after having like maybe a month of cycling to and from the CBD on my new bike. And yeah, it was, I think, like when you're talking about speed and stuff, speed is so relative, because you could be climbing the steepest hill and be going super slow, or you could be on downhills going really fast, or on flat roads pushing out loads of power doing similar speed. So don't worry about speed. If you're new to cycling, the main thing you can do is just get used to handling your bike and getting confident on your bike and doing different routes and finding different places to go, because speed and power and all that stuff, you can get used to that like later on. I don't ever think speed is, personally, I don't ever look at speed. I always look at watts, because I have a power meter on my bike. But yeah, that was the first long ride that I did, and it was like 60k, and I just remember feeling so accomplished after I'd done it. I was like, this is the best like thing ever. It hurt. I like was so sore like down there. It was because it was hot and it was sweaty, and I stupidly made the mistake of, because I was going to the beach, I waxed my bikini line, like basically everything off, waxed it. And no, don't wax and then go on the longest bike ride that you've ever done at that point in heat, go and lay in the sand, get covered in sand, then put your cycling bibs back on. I didn't even have cycling bibs actually at that point. I just had leggings, and then cycle 30k home in the heat, because that was not fun. I was quite tender, to say the least. So yeah, let me know actually, because I don't know, Katie, like what are you, where are you at? Have you just bought a bike? Are you interested in getting into bikes? Like tell me a little bit more about you, and we can do more videos about it, because I want to help people. I want to encourage people to get on bikes, because I just love cycling. It's the best thing that I've ever done. That bike is the best money that I've ever spent. It is just, I just love cycling so much. I just love everything about it. I love the fitness, I love the social, I love the freedom, I just love everything. So I really do hope that answers your questions. If you've got any more cycling questions, like I said, post them below. We're doing loads more cycling Q&A. So yeah, I hope that it helps as always, and I will see you next video.